It's great to see everybody here again this morning, and so excited for all of you to be here to welcome the newest members of the Sacramento Kings family, Mr. Nique Clifford and Mr. Maxime Raynaud. I first want to recognize the families for each of these fine gentlemen. It's Angel and Nique Clifford, Nique's parents.
How you doing?
His agent, Mr. Todd Ramazar, Mr. Mike Samonetta. And then for Max, his mom, all the way from Paris, France, Vanessa Raynaud. And his agent, Mr. Buna Njai. As you've heard me say many a times since I've come here, it's important that we establish a real identity here, what it means to be a Sacramento Kings basketball player and what we're going to stand for. These two guys represent that. For your recollection, what that means, we want people that are competitive, tough, team-oriented, professional, accountable, and disciplined. These two young men have exhibited that not only in their play throughout their careers in college basketball, but in how they've conducted themselves as young men off of it. And that's very important to us. Nique is a very talented and versatile basketball player. That's what attracted us to him. He can play multiple positions in this game on the perimeter, not only on the offensive end, but he gives you that defensive versatility too, because we really believe he's going to be able to match up just about anywhere on the perimeter from a defensive standpoint. He has improved each year that he's been in college basketball, and as I mentioned to you a week ago, that is an important trait that we look for when we're evaluating talent coming out of the collegiate ranks. Max possesses a very unique combination of size, skill, and ability that really mirrors a lot of the big players in today's game of basketball. He's a double-double machine there at Stanford. We think he has a lot of growth and development in front of him and can be very helpful. These two young men, we feel, are good pieces to help us move forward and establish a very solid foundation. I am real excited to watch them play starting this summer in Las Vegas, where they make their introduction to Kings Nation. But really excited to have them both here. And with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to the guy who's going to be tasked with coaching them, and that's Mr. Doug Christie.
Thank you. For me, pretty simple. First of all, to the family's welcome. We appreciate you, and to our Sacramento Kings family. I think that you are going to absolutely love the city, and your young men are in good hands. For them, both of them exhibit everything that Scott has talked about, which for me is like, you know, Scott could have came and said a lot of different things and then went and drafted somebody that didn't match that. So that is, he crushed that, because for us, it means so much more to make sure that these guys exhibit everything that Kings basketball is about. And that from the jump, getting to sit down with them, go to dinner with them the other night. Where did we go? Waterboy.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good, by the way.
Exactly.
Yes. And I found out that they both like spaghetti. Yes, large amounts of spaghetti.
Exactly.
Yes. But it was really good to sit with them and vibe and get to know them on a deeper level, because that's, for me, what a lot of, in my opinion, coaching is about, is to understand them in a way. Like the X's and O's are one thing, but to love them and appreciate them on a different level is really what we're about here. So I say to them, welcome, your talent. You know, we're going to develop you. We're going to push you hard. I know that both of you guys are going to succeed in vast ways in the NBA because of what you possess, but even more than that, the people that you are. Yeah. So with that, that's on you, big man.
No, I'm definitely very thrilled and honored to be here, to be a part of the organization. I want to give a big shout out to, Scott and Doug for just giving me this opportunity. I'm super thankful and blessed to be a part of the organization and what they're trying to build. I can't be more ecstatic to be a part of something that I feel like I've worked my whole life to be a part of. And so super excited for the opportunity and just to get to work with these guys, Maxime, and just a bunch of great teammates. So we'll get to work here soon, but excited to be here and thankful for all of y'all's support as well, welcoming me to Sacramento.
As Nick said, extremely excited to be a part of this organization. Obviously, thanking Scott, Doug, and everybody else in the entire staff. I think it's a dream come true for both of us to now play with the pros, have the ability to, bring our talent to a whole new level. Really appreciate you guys for showing support and love to us today. Hopefully, we can give that back to you guys by participating to this whole team effort of, building a culture and hopefully win many games. So thrilled to be here and very excited to start.
Now before we open it up for questions, I just want to give one footnote. I promise you we did not send a memo to have these guys in matching attire. But this is just one this is just one further piece of evidence, though, the class that these two young men have, and they came dressed really nice. So that even reaffirmed our decision to bring them here. So no, but anyway, time for any questions? Fire away.
Nique, Coach Farouk Manesh from Colorado State told me about a joker mentality and a mask on when you take the floor. Can you explain a little bit about that and if that's following you to the NBA?
Yeah, that's a tattoo I got. Joker was my favorite supervillain, which is kind of crazy to say, but I kind of used it as an alter ego. You see a lot of the great players like Kobe, Michael Jordan, all those people got their alter egos that they basically turn into when they're on the court. And so for me, it was a mentality to just, be almost a killer when you're on the court. Like, you can't care what people think about you. You just got to go hard and go do what you're supposed to do and take care of business. So for me, it was a mentality part of it. And then, Coach Ali definitely helped me kind of realize that and use that as a way to just go out there and be myself every time I played and don't care what everybody says on the outside. Just let the work speak for itself.
Jake Gaden from CBS 13 over here, guys. Max, for you, we hadn't had a chance to talk to you yet after being drafted by the Kings. Were you surprised to be taken 42nd overall by them, and what's the initial reaction you had being taken by the Kings?
I'm just excited and blessed by the opportunity. I think that's what draft night is about, right? Making your dream come true. And then we talked with Nick, but I was extremely excited to get to the franchise that drafted him too, because we already saw each other in a workout earlier during the process, and we had this 45-minute conversation in the hot tub after practice. So it was good to see him drafted there too. It's close to what's home for me here, Stanford, and obviously Scott has a massive resume. Doug, former player here as well. So I think we're in good hands. It's just nothing but positive.
Nique, excuse me, a quick question about the bling around your neck here. I think everybody is wondering, there's got to be a story behind this.
Man, it was it was actually supposed to be for the draft, and my pendant didn't come in time. And I told one of the reporters, I don't know where he's at, but yeah, I told him I was gonna wear it to the press conference, so I had to stand on my word. But it's Clifford the Big Red Dog. My last name, something for the kids that they all love, and it's kind of represents who I am. So I had to rock it today. My man.
Over here on the left, guys, in the back. This question's more for Doug, but maybe Max, if you kind of want to weigh in on this. So Scott said that you're a double-double machine. You guys are blessed that you already have a double-double machine on the team. So, Coach Christie, how do you plan on using Max with Domantas Sabonis on the court at the same time? And for Max, how do you feel about playing with Domas?
Well, Listen, I think Max's talents speak for themselves first and foremost, but rebounding is never something that you don't need enough of. His size, his skill set, I think with Domas can mix in a big way because Domas shot 40% from above the arc and 50 in the corner. Max, just watching him play, he can shoot. Pump fakes, puts the ball on the deck, so now you have playmakers in all the positions. So, and that's kind of what we want to play is positionless basketball with the ability to move the ball around the court and share it. So I think seamless. Max is going to have to take his bumps and bruises as a rookie. That's just how it goes. I think that goes for both of them. But I know both of these guys have a burning desire to be great. So should be seamless and easy. But it's sunny outside today, and I'm saying that sitting here. But when it gets down there, we'll have to see. Yeah.
This is actually a question for both of you. Domantas Sabonis tweeted out, after you guys were dry after that, it's time to get to work. I just want to know, have y'all met up with him yet and talked to him and, getting the idea of it? Because I know he's looking forward to playing alongside of you, Max.
To your last point, I think it's someone I've looked up to for the past couple of years. I know at Stanford, especially my sophomore year, we based our offense a lot around the Kings and the split action they used to have. So in that regard, he's a big inspiration for me. I do believe he's also a big family guy, and I think he has time with his family right now. We're still rookies trying to settle down here in the city. But to your point, we started working already. I've been here for a couple of days. Nick just got cleared as well, so it's just time for us to go to work. And we have the summer league coming up, and then preseason is coming really fast as well. So we'll have plenty of time during season to work out with him.
Nique, I haven't got the chance to meet him either. Super excited and looking forward to playing with a guy like that, so unselfish, true winner, and just plays basketball the right way. So, I'm very, very excited and looking forward to getting to meet him and getting to, build that chemistry with him.
Nique, obviously the long-term goal is for you to be the best all-around player you could be. But where do you see yourself making the biggest impact as a rookie?
Honestly, it's just finding my way. Finding any way to impact the game, whether that's defense, rebounding, knocking down shots when I get them, and just trying to be impactful every time I step on the court. And whatever my role is, whatever, coach sees me as and throws me into, I feel like I can go do it at a high level. And, I just want to contribute to winning. That's my ultimate goal. So whatever that looks like, just got to approach every single day as an opportunity to get better and just learn from all the knowledge and guys I have around me.
Question for Maxime. What does it mean for you to be drafted so close to Stanford, stay in Northern California, and how might being so close maybe easier transition into the NBA?
Well, I was gonna make it easier to move my stuff. That's for sure. But 2 years ago, as you may know, in college we have maybe 2 days, 48 hours for Christmas. Go back to your families and stuff like that. I don't necessarily have the opportunity to go back to Paris just because of the travel, right? So 2 years ago, Issa Silva, who was one of my teammates, who's from Sacramento, hosted me there for Christmas, and we had the chance to go watch one of the Kings games. So being drafted here 2 years later made kind of full circle. Still extremely grateful for his family and for the new family that we're having here. So it means the world to me. I think it's going to make the transition a little bit easier, and hopefully we can win some more wins to California for sure.
Hi, Scott. Question for you, if you don't mind, Jason, here in the middle.
There is.
You got a lot of credit for the kind of the value that you seem to have found in these guys in the draft. Nique being projected a little bit higher, and Max also being projected a little bit higher. How good do you feel about the value, and how important is that in drafting to be able to kind of find guys like this?
No, I'm extremely excited about it. Feel really good. Anytime you can go into the draft and come out with two guys where we ended up selecting that you had graded a lot higher, I think that's a great thing. And my years of experience in the NBA, I've seen that pay off a lot. I've been a part of that being paid off before, and I'd be remiss if I didn't really give a lot of credit though to my staff, the entire front office staff, from my assistant general manager, B.J. Armstrong, to Phil Jabor, Paul Johnson, Tom Perry, Mark Toyota, you name them all, Zach and Marshall, all the analytics guys, Gabe, and Alvin Gentry, they were all a big help to me. Penny and Sam, where's Penny and Sam? The process, you need a village to really help you pull something like that off too, because you take a lot of input, and especially for me coming back into the game after being in you guys' seats a little bit, I mean, being at ESPN, I wasn't out as much coming into this job, so they really all were very helpful into making that happen. So excited about it.
Doug, over here. Question for you. You talked about summer league. Any chance you have an idea who will be coaching summer league for you, and then as well anybody on the current roster that will be competing as well?
The roster will be out maybe tomorrow, but Depeche Mystery is going to be the head coach of Summer League, and as you've heard, these two guys will be on Summer League as well. Just to echo Scott's sentiments, though, what those guys did was in the front office was magnificent, because Scott's toted me around to some places and showed me some things that I have a new respect and understanding for what goes on in there. So I say to them as well done, you guys. Yeah.
Nique, Scott mentioned, after you were drafted, you handled the ball a lot, in those three positions. How do you feel comfortable about playing the point guard position, and have you played it over the course of your career?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing point guard, so I'm comfortable in that position. But for me, the trajectory of my career, I've been able to play 1 through 3, and so I feel like I could play any of those positions. And like I said earlier, whatever I'm thrown into, I feel like I'm capable of going and doing. But just excited for the opportunity to learn from even guys coming in like Dennis Schroeder, and different teammates that I'm gonna have. I'm gonna be able to learn from those guys and get more comfortable in every position. But yeah, I'm comfortable playing, I'd say 1 through 3.
Over here on the left, Jeremiah Solomonson. For both of you guys, Kings fans obviously have a reputation around the NBA of being some of the loudest, most raucous fans in the league. Obviously, there's the Keegan Murray chant, things like that. Do you guys expect anything of that to kind of develop around you guys? Maybe something with Clifford, or what are you looking forward to most with the fans and just your NBA experience here in Sacramento?
I mean, for me, I'd say I'm excited to light that beam. I'm definitely excited for that. But as well as that, I've heard so many great things about the fan base and just how they show you love, and I've already experienced it being here for 2 days. And just the love they show, the support, I'm just super excited to be a part of that and be a part of the community, honestly, getting to know everybody, all the people that come and support us. I want to get to know them and show that love right back to them.
Hi, Doug. During the draft, Nique was kind of compared to you and your playing style. When you watch, I'm just curious if when you watch him in film and whatnot, does it remind you of yourself a bit?
A bit, because when I watch him, first of all, he's got hair, so that's well done, sir. But his ability to do so many different things as a coach helps you, because there's ways to keep him on the floor, because he can defend, he can rebound, he can shoot, he can handle the basketball. So that was an attribute of mine that I think helped me throughout my career. And, latching on defensively, I think for a young player early is probably the greatest way to earn yourself playing time, but his ability to do other things, grab a rebound, push the ball, he's not selfish, so willing to share the basketball. Minus the hair, I feel you. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I think you might have too, bro.
To Brendan Internet, Sacktown Sports right here, guys. What's going on? Congratulations. To Nique and Maxime, just what's sort of this moment like for you guys? How much were you eyeing the NBA, throughout your collegiate career and making it to this moment? Just, you're sitting here at your NBA introductory press conference. What's this like for you?
I think as any competitor, you want to compete at the highest level. So I'm pretty sure that's something both of us been aiming and having as a goal for the past many years. Also, that's something that you dream about when you're a kid. I mean, when we went to dinner the other day, we have a 3-time NBA champion over there. We have people that play with his favorite player, Kobe Bryant. We've had people that coach them, et cetera, et cetera. So hearing about these stories make it even more real and make it even more excited for you to be here now. So I think it was a goal of ours. I'm glad we get there, but once again, it's not the finish line. This is just the start. This is where you have to double down your work. You have to listen even more. You have to adapt, and I think we're both willing to do that.
Yeah, I would agree to his point. You know, it's a dream. It still doesn't even feel real that I'm sitting here right now, but, you know, we've worked our whole lives for this moment. And so, like you said, it's just the beginning. But, you know, there's so much more work to be done. But, you know, you got to take it all in and be extremely grateful for, you know, the position we're sitting in, because it's probably 0.001% of people in the world that get to do this. So just being grateful for that opportunity, and then, you know, just getting back to the drawing board and trying to get better. So, yeah.
Doug, question for you, and Scott, if you want to jump in as well. These are two rookies that took their time developing at the college level before coming into the NBA. What kind of advantages does that present for you to get these guys that are potentially more NBA ready physically, mentally, whatever?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of benefit in that. I know it's young, all these different things, but for me, like just talking to them, you can hear the maturity in their answers. You can hear they don't just answer, they think about what they're saying. Not to mention with NIL and a lot of different things, probably financial literacy, they're probably farther along. There are a lot of aspects that I think when you look at these guys are going to be beneficial to them. But one is just understanding, like listening to them, it just makes me smile because you can hear that they get it. So, and they're willing to, you slide across the work in front of them because everybody says they want to be great until you slide the work across, and then they go, well, these guys aren't doing that. He's been in the gym, I don't know how many times. I see him like a lot. So that's a good thing. And I know the same thing from Nique, and those are qualities that we want. We don't, what you say, Scott? You don't want prisoners?
No, we want volunteers. We want volunteers, not hostages. We want volunteers, not hostages. That's right.
No doubt. And
both
of these guys,
both of these guys are volunteers. That's
no
for
doubt.
Sure.
So
exactly.
it makes me smile because I listen to them and I know that they're about their words. So that makes our job a lot easier, and super excited for you guys as fans.
I guess this is the last question. Andrew Martin here from Fox 40 again. Question for Nique. You're going to be wearing number 5, right? Did you choose that number? And also, what do you know about the last individual to wear that number here?
Yeah, I know there was a little bit of controversy around that number, but honestly, it was really just the best available number at first when I was looking at the list. There's a lot of retired numbers around here, so I ended up choosing 5. And then I started to look deeper into it, and I saw the meanings of the number 5, and it represented personal growth and change, which is kind of what I wanted to embody going into my career, just being somebody that stays in the gym and continues to grow myself as a person and a player. And then biblically, it represented God's grace and kindness. And so I felt like it was definitely a fitting number for myself. I wore 5 at my pro day, actually, so I've worn it once before and had a decent pro day, so I thought I'd give it a go, and we gonna make it work. But there was a great player that definitely wore it, so it's high expectations on the number. But I'm ready to wear that number.